your background
You shave it?
is.
Yeah, just leave this.
How you came up. Are you gonna go into a little bit of that tonight?
Sure.
I just think
Wherever
I
y'all
don't know if
comfortable,
everybody's
man.
really like knows your story.
Okay.
I think that's some stuff. There's a lot of people in that room that's gonna be able to
Right.
relate to a deeper level. You know, they see TV.
Well, I'm going to talk to Nick Saban first. You know, you come on my television show, that's my domain. This is his domain. So I'm going to check with the coach. What do you need them to hear? All I need is a general.
You know, I think you should talk about too, though. Like what you kind of just told us a little bit, like you said, like the expectation for us. Like it's always good to hear from our coaches. There's a standard, you know. There's expectation, and it's always good to hear from the players. But to hear from someone who actually goes out and has to talk about it to everyone, like an audience, and everyone hears that, I think that'd be really cool, like for a lot of the guys to hear.
And see, the thing about it is where Coach and I will have an interesting discussion is because sometimes Coach complains about that expectation from the outside. Oh, you're 146-21 in 13 years at Alabama. That is an 87% winning percentage. And you're asking me why I expect you to win? Well, lose, and maybe I'll expect something different. It's laughable that you're going to get upset that we have expectations. Of course we have expectations, because you have won wherever you've gone. So we're going to look at you, and we're going to look at a Nick Saban program differently. You know, you got expectations most quarterbacks that's come through Alabama have not had. That's just a fact. I mean, A.J. McCarron, for example, I really liked him. I was always a fan of McCarron. But for the most part, when you see the quarterbacks that have come through Alabama, there wasn't really a dude with that level of expectations. We looked at your running backs. We looked at your linebackers. We looked at your defense overall. Obviously, your wide receivers from the Julio Jones to the Amari Coopers and therefore, and then you look at that. But you didn't look at the quarterback position as having, you know, as being that guy. You looked at the entire program. Alabama was going to find some way to beat you. It was going to be offense, defense, special teams, one way or another. You knew that they would find a way. Then he came along, it was for the first time, you started looking at him. You said, this guy, you know, and that's what you usually reserved for other programs. So it's like, for me, when I look at Alabama and the expectations, everything emanates from Nick Saban, because he's won and he never rests. So if he doesn't rest, why would you assume players who obviously have loftier expectations, you know, or lofty aspirations rather, why would you think they would rest on their laurels? You don't expect that. Which is why when you see, to me, it wasn't that you lost to Clemson, because they got a damn good program and Dabo Swinney could coach. It was how y'all lost. Mm-hmm. That was what had us saying, y'all had some, what the hell were y'all thinking? What was going on? That's what you thinking at that time, because Clemson might have been better, but they ain't 44-16 better. From a perspective standpoint, a lot of times, whether it's coaches, players, or whatever, and you'll look at the media and like, they don't know. This is what the media don't tell you that I'm gonna tell you. We don't have to know. Yeah. All we have to know are results. That's it.
Yeah.
All we have to know are results. If I go up to Nick Saban, what are your expectations this year? The linebacker spot, your defensive line, your secondary, your quarterback, your running back, your offensive line, etc. I knock it down chip by chip. What are your expectations, right? Just for positions. Then you look at his record, and you look at his track record of success. Then you listen to the aficionados, the supposed aficionados and prognosticators about, oh my goodness, this is what we can expect from Alabama this year, blah, blah, blah. You put it all together. And then you compare notes to what they're saying about everybody else. That's what you walk into the season with. And more so in college football than any place else. You know why? Because you don't get to play everybody. Yeah. You only got 13, 14 game schedule. So it's not like it's the NBA where you playing each other and then you got a first round, second round, conference finals, NBA finals. It's not like college basketball where it's March Madness. It's not, no. You don't get to play everybody, which means that those predictions and those assumptions dictate you getting a chance. Because every year there's at least 2 teams, right? So every year there's at least 2 teams that some argue they should have been in the playoffs. But they couldn't get in because they were ranked 10th, chopped it down to 8, 6, 5, but somehow couldn't squeeze in or something along those lines. Y'all don't have that problem. Why not? Because the expectation is it's Alabama and it's Nick Saban. 5 national titles. 7 national championship appearances. You understand what I'm saying? 9 times ranked in the top 6, 7. There's nothing to talk about. We don't have to know what you want us to know. All we need to know is what we need to know to make our projections. That's it. What I would say to you is that NFL scouts, for those that aspire to be on the NFL level, I would say to you this: why doesn't an NFL scout, and I'll say all of this in the meeting, why doesn't an NFL scout just watch you play on Saturdays? Why does he talk to your coach? Why doesn't he just rely on film? You perform every week. You go out every week and you perform. This person supposedly knows football, right? He works for an NFL team, right? He's a scout. He got film on you. He gets to study, right? You shouldn't have to talk to him at all. But he's interviewing your coach, your position coach, your head coach, your high school coach, trying to get to your family members and stuff like that to find out more about you. And then the NFL scouting combine come. You've been balling for years. You balled last year. You coming back to ball this year. You're going to be probably, you might win the Heisman Trophy. I think you will. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. You do all of that. You still got to show up to the NFL scouting combine. You still got to get measured, your body fat, your height, vertical ability, how you're running a 40. I mean, you got, really? They watched you play. But you still got to do all of that.
Yes, sir.
So how come y'all ain't questioning what they know? They get paid to know football. And they got film on you that they can rewind back and forth anytime they choose to. But yet they still ask all these damn questions even the media don't ask. Nobody's questioning what they know. Why not? Because you understand that's what comes with it.
That's big. We need to talk about that.
Yeah.
Because coach gives them full access. So NFL, full access. Then they sit with academics. I got to get with them. They sit with player development.
And coach is right to do so. And let me tell you something. And I'm going to talk about this in that meeting too. Remember something. It's big business. They ain't going to tell you this. They hire private investigators, off-duty police officers, former FBI agents, DEA agents, all that stuff. Look, man, they invested millions in cats. They ain't playing. They ain't playing. It could be something as simple as you had an argument with your girl. You depressed. It was a Friday. Damn it, you had a game against Auburn on Saturday. And that's why you played like garbage. They're gonna find that out. They're gonna find it out. Trust me. You told somebody. You told somebody. You told one of your boys. You told a family member. You told a coach. They're going to find out. You can book it. You're a young athlete. You got to know this. It's almost unfair to kind of pressure y'all are under. But the beauty of it is that it makes y'all better men than most men could ever hope to be. Because in its own way, it thoroughly prepares you for life in ways most men have to go through through their 20s into their 30s, sometimes longer to learn. Y'all are learning as late teenagers in your early 20s because of the pressure cooker that y'all on and how much of investment you may be and you may mean to somebody else. That's Ezekiel Elliott. That's a name I'm gonna bring up in there. You heard me on the record. I wouldn't pay him right now. He's the best running back in football, and I wouldn't pay him right now. You know what I do? I pay him by October. I'm gonna make him wait 2 months.
Why?
I'm gonna make him sweat.
Why?
Because you ain't acting right. You were just in the commissioner's office a few weeks ago. You got suspended. Now listen, had he not gotten suspended, then my position would be wrong if I had that position. But to be suspended for 6 games in 2017, and then to turn around and to have any reason for the commissioner's office to call you up to New York when you knew you were coming for a contract extension. Yeah. What you thinking? What you thinking? You can't do that. Because remember, they got in the NFL now, it used to be you get arrested, all right, you got the police investigating. Did you get arrested? If the answer was no, all right, we gonna leave you be. Then after that, if you got arrested, but there was no indictment, we'll investigate, we let it go. Now it's, you don't even have to be arrested. The police can announce, we're investigating such and such for this incident right here. You know what the first thing the NFL says? We'll conduct our own investigation. And they determine, understand what their rule is. Did you do anything to compromise the integrity of the brand? You know what that's a roundabout way of saying? Did you do something that could potentially cost us money? That's what they're saying. They ain't telling you that. I'm gonna tell you that. Yeah. That's what they're saying. Did you do something that could cost us money? Because you see, if you got into an incident with your girl, if you went to a club and you just punched somebody in the face, yeah, or you did something stupid like that, that could get you arrested, the people that we use as sponsors and advertisers that invest in our brand might come to us and say, nah, we don't like that. It's gonna cost us money. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna cost you money. And the owners are telling you, the only color they care about is green. Gotta pay attention to that. See y'all in there.
Yep, appreciate you.
Pleasure, you, man. I need a picture with you, my man, one of these days.
Hey, thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
All right, man.
Appreciate it.
See y'all in there. All right? Thank you, man. Man, you got to see, look, man, I'm the one with the receding hairline, man, that need the haircut, man. Pleasure, man.